Hello friends, welcome back. I am Vivekanandan. So in today's video, we are going to speak about two different topics and how they are related to each other. The first one being the FOMO and the phenomenon of FOMO. Why FOMO should be avoided in life and business. And one another thing is that's this particular topic which we discussed in our channel very recently, which is how did Mr. Elon Musk become the second richest man in the world. So in fact, it was the reasons were attributed to the rise of Tesla stocks. But then both these two incidents are actually related with each other. And how do Indians see the same? How do Indians fall in this particular place? Where do Indians fill the gap over here? So we are going to discuss about all these things in today's video. So to start with, what is this FOMO all about? So FOMO is nothing but something called as fear of missing out. So what is this fear of missing out? So it is a feeling, it is an anxiety or a frustrated feeling which is to be avoided in life and business. So the normally people give these examples of social media. So all our friends, relatives, family, neighbors, they post a lot of pictures in social media and nothing wrong with that. But the point is there are a few people while looking at these photos, while looking at these pictures, actually start feeling that our friends, neighbors, they are the most happiest person in the earth and we are actually missing out on something. So that is a kind of feeling which people actually develop, which is to be avoided, because we have to understand that everybody has their own challenges, problems and opportunities. So but then people actually think that their life is much more perfect and not our lives, and which actually brings this feeling of anxiety or a depression or a frustration. In other words, you call this as FOMO, because fear of missing out brings out all these kind of negative emotions. So if this is on one side, on the other side what happens is Tesla. So Tesla is actually doing remarkably well. Tesla Motors, the car company where whose leader is Elon Musk, its value has actually increased a lot in this particular year. In fact, its market capitalization is around $600 billion. So before we dwell into the facts about Tesla, the other point over here is this FOMO is one thing which is to be avoided in life and business, but we cannot say that this should be avoided in stock industry. And the reason is FOMO is that one feeling which actually drives the stock industry forward. The reason would be like whoever is going to buy stocks, what do normally they think? How do they basically think? They think like this, like I really need to buy this stock. What if I do not buy this stock? And this stock actually becomes a very big stock. This prices actually increase a lot in the future, and what if it is going to give me a high level of returns and dividends? What if I'm going to miss out? And that is one reason people actually buy stocks. Sometimes it becomes a hit and sometimes it becomes a miss, sometimes it also flops, but this is one feeling which makes people buy stocks. And now let's come to the point over here. Tesla, its market capitalization is around $600 billion, and out of which $400 billion was actually accumulated. Actually, it rose to $400 billion. It rose to $400 billion only in this year. And today it has become the most valuable car company in the world. Just imagine, it is said that 10 months before, its stocks were actually trading at $67. And today it is around more than $2,000. Just imagine the rise. And more importantly, people say that people estimate that if you're going to have Tesla stocks with you, what would happen is it might give you 800% dividends, 800% returns in another 10 years. And that is this, and this particular estimate is actually exciting people to buy Tesla's stocks because today, just imagine the FANG companies, the so-called FANG companies, their stocks are actually getting a little bit saturated. I mean, of course, still those stocks are valuable, but the point is FANG companies, namely Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix and Google. And one another feeling is people just look at Amazon, because Amazon, their stocks did not make any noise for the 20 years together, but then all of a sudden it rose to a great extent and gave great returns for its stakeholders there. So the point now is people think that Tesla is one particular stock which is going to do well, and really we have to purchase Tesla's stocks. So that is the point over here. But then where do Indians fit over here? That is the biggest question over here. The question over here here is that this question crops up because Indians still cannot lay their hands on Tesla, because Tesla announced that around 2017 or 18 they are going to come to India, and in their website bookings are open, and many people in India actually booked Tesla's cars, but it has not yet still arrived in India, and it is now said that it might come in 2021, but maybe if not in 2021, it might come in 2022. So Indians are not able to lay their hands, they are not able to experience Tesla on one side. So at least what Indians have started doing is starting to buy Tesla stocks. But then how do you buy it? Only through US stocks. And they're exploring all the options, like a few remittance schemes where you can actually buy Tesla stocks up to a limit of $250,000. They're exploring that particular scheme. Or else what they are doing is through their US traders and brokers, through them they are actually trying to buy a lot of stocks in the United States. So because it is going to take some more time to come to India. So this is one particular point which I would like to speak. But then the biggest startup lessons for us is these are the things which is Tesla stocks are rising, and but the point is still that excitement is actually building, and that can be attributed to this particular person who is Mr. Elon Musk, because he is doing this kind of personal branding for himself. He is representing this particular company. And what do I mean by saying that? For example, just remember, how many car companies CEOs do we know? In fact, there is no necessity for those CEOs to come and represent those car companies, but then Tesla is still a startup, and to drive that particular growth story, Elon Musk is coming outside and constantly representing the particular company. All the other car companies are already a well-developed companies, so Elon Musk doesn't want to rest, so he is actually coming forward and representing his company in spite of people criticizing him, saying that he doesn't speak eloquently like Steve Jobs. But Elon Musk feels like this. So what? Comes out and represents his company. Something very, very energizing to look at this. So if this is happening on one side, just imagine the second one would be just look at the stories around Tesla. All the stories are actually creating a lot of buzz in the internet. So just search for all the Tesla stories. It's all a lot of positive news, positive reviews. Like for example, the car touches 60 km/h, and within 3 seconds, the car is great in stealth mode. The car is great in autopilot mode. The car has water purifiers. The car is completely based on software. And of course, the latest news was about Cybertruck. So the entire meme creators, the meme industry, went full throttle over this Cybertruck. So a lot of news always about Tesla is happening in the internet, so which is also making people drive crazy, which also makes people think that should we be investing in Tesla. And last one particular thing is, if Elon Musk is able to ramp up his production, just for example, all the established car makers, they are actually sell around 2 million units every year, and Tesla was able to touch 3 lakh units last year. But the point over here is, if he is going to do one Henry Ford, be like Henry Ford, because Henry Ford did not invent the car, but he revolutionized the automobile industry by coming out with this assembly lines and assembly plants. And if Elon Musk is able to replicate the same, I think he's going to make a huge impact. And it is going to help or support or provide value for all the stakeholders involved, right from the investors to the customers to the employees to everybody, to in fact to the whole world. So what do you feel about these things? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.